Okay, so second vlog. Yeah, so it's the 16th today. So 2 days after my first vlog, and just enjoying them. I was going to do them every week, but actually doing them, I don't know how consistently I'll do them, but definitely I'm enjoying the feedback I get of my own training, and I'm enjoying actually having a sit down, think out why I'm doing what I'm doing, and then getting a clear idea on my goals from there. So what I'm doing over the past few days anyway was higher volume and cardio style based training. I'm just testing that threshold of staying in a hard zone of like pushing your heart rate. You're really just up there. I'm not doing it with a heart rate monitor or anything at the moment, but you just kind of, if you're good to read your body, you know when you're nearly gassing out and you're pushing yourself to that limit. Trying to push that, just because I kind of chase that feeling as well. I like that feeling of being able to push and nearly failing. Was doing a WOD there yesterday with my cousin. It was a 21:15.9 of thrusters, wall balls and box jumps. So I'm going to do a bit of a repeat to that today. And thrusters and wall balls, obviously it's full body movement. You're getting into your squat, holding up kind of a front squat in your thrusters and wall balls, and then obviously pressing overhead. Very shoulder dominant. Since I only done it yesterday, I'm imagining I might be a bit more fatigued. This morning had Gaelic training, and then I had an Epsom salts bath with hot cold therapy. So I'd go with Epsom salts bath for maybe 10 minutes lower body, 10 minutes upper body, soaking in magnesium from the Epsom salts, and then doing about 8 to 10 minutes in the shower cold, and then going back into the Epsom salts baths for another 10 minutes lower body, 10 minutes upper body, and then heading into the shower cold water again for another 10 minutes. So I'm feeling, I wasn't going to do anything today, but I was like, I watched a few motivational videos on, well not motivational, just other people training and doing stuff. I was actually, one guy was talking about, I'll link the video down in the description, but about excuses, and just, I probably was looking for that bit of excuse not to train today, but I'm just going to work on weaknesses and volume that I didn't get in different exercises during the week. And the exercises that I have in plan for today, I'll just give a quick look over there. So I have, just for strength, banded pull-ups 4x8, dips 4x10 to 12, and then heavy squats 5x5. So the reason I'm doing banded pull-ups and dips is just I want to be able to support my own body weight, because I was feeling that on the pitch, say in Gaelic training today. I'm much more sluggish with that extra weight and put on me, and I was at the physio during the week. My physio was just like, yeah, if you put on that extra weight during like 10 to 12 weeks, and you know you're 10 to 12 kilos in that time, your body's naturally going to be, it's going to be harder on the joints to support that extra weight and to adapt to it so quickly. It won't be able to, and I am feeling that same much more in my ankles. Turning on the pitch as well, it's just getting back into the routine of actually, you know, playing Gaelic or playing any pitch sport as well. You're obviously on muck, and just the grass is a different feel as opposed to say running on tarmac, which is what I'm used to at the same time. So it's just kind of definitely a lot heavier on the legs. I find I'm gassing out fairly quickly. Don't have the best cardio at the moment, but then again I want to work on my weaknesses, so that is the goal at the moment. But yeah, just being able to support my body weight, say for banded pull-ups and dips. I haven't got around to much. I'm thinking of like hitting major muscle groups 2 to 3 times a week as well. So I want to hit the lats, bit of biceps obviously in the pull-ups, dips, bit more triceps and chest, and then heavy squats 5x5. I did those yesterday and I did them the day before, and I just want to do them again today simply because I want to work on my squat. I find that I was looking at my video from 2 days before. I was doing the squats for sets in my training vlog number 1, and I found that I kind of have a butt wink and just a chest dropping a good bit on the lighter squats, say when I'm doing them for reps more so. So I was doing say 4x12, 5x12 in sets for reps, for 12 reps. If I do lower reps, but I do it for a higher weight, I find I can actually respect the weight much more, and I'm able to support that weight without actually compromising my form that much so. But I just want to get a good solid video of it today so I can assess it. If I see anything wrong with it, then I'm going to obviously be working on it. But that noted, I am that bit more fatigued obviously after Gaelic training. I'm still feeling quite heavy on the legs, so heavy squats going to be subjective, not to my 1 rep max, but I'm going to try in there about my working set on say a 5x12 is about 55 kilos. So I'm going to go up, maybe start with 60, 65 and then 70, and we'll see from there. Might push for 75 depending on how I'm feeling on the legs. And we'll go from there, and I'll probably actually do them first because I then always said I was doing the WOD. So I'm going to do 21-15-9 again. I'm going to do thrusters and box jumps this time. I'm going to leave the wall balls simply because I want to master the kind of technique of the thruster as well and get that front squat position, because obviously the front squat activates the anterior a lot more, and you're engaging the abs a lot more. You're keeping the neutral spine, and not that you're not doing that in a back squat, but it's just activating the posterior more in the back squat, anterior more in front of the body in the front squat. So it's just kind of getting used to that range of motion and being comfortable in it. And then the box jumps, I'm just throwing them in because they're just tough. It's more of a mental thing at the same time. And as I say, I just want to kind of, it's not really ethical to do it on, say, if I'm feeling my ankles doing box jumps, but it's something I want to throw in today. I won't feel that it'd be too hard on the body. Obviously I can recover after anyway. And then I'm going to be CrossFit, say tomorrow's Monday, and doing CrossFit hopefully Monday, Wednesday and Friday of the week, and then balancing out the Tuesday and Friday with Gaelic training, and then I have running and things with clients as well. So I'm just kind of trying to break it down in my head and just speaking it all out onto the vlog, that I can assess it and then see where I was at. And if the next week doesn't go so well, then I know I can obviously reflect back on that and be like, okay, you need to rejig a few things. But yeah, no, so I suppose that's everything. I don't want to keep this too long and rant on about things. It's just most of the major things covered in terms of what I want to achieve with today's workout, and I'll do a bit of video on the exercises just for a look on form and give a bit of context behind them, and yeah, we'll go from there. Still getting used to actually looking into the camera and holding it at the right angle, not like below me or above me or anything, but I got a warm up there, just got a bit of sweat on, just activating the glutes. I suppose I was focusing more so on the quads and the glutes. The two main things that are kind of giving me trouble today. Hamstrings are actually, they're usually tighter now, but not so tight today. So not actually giving me too much trouble. Calves, I got those rubbed out a lot in the physio earlier in the week. Well, only Thursday, it's Sunday now, so maybe 3 or 4 days ago. Still feeling a bit of tenderness in them, but other than that, I am feeling good. Let's see what this squat form would be like anyway, so I think in there about maybe there, it's alright to hold them. I'll just get a bit of music going and start doing them. So 5x5, starting on 60 kilos. Yeah, so actually felt grand in those. Obviously I want to review the form myself, see what it's like. But that's the first set. I'll do an update on the last set, see how I'm fatiguing, if I am getting any, feeling sore, feeling stiff, feeling tight. I'm not so much now, but I'm going to leave about 2 minutes per rest, or 2 minutes between sets, keep it nice and snappy. I'll go get another video on the last set. Yeah, so did 4 of the 5 sets there, now going into the last one. So I did 2 at 60 kilos, 2 at 65, going to the last one at 70. I actually feel confident enough going into them. I would say reps in reserve, maybe about 4 or 5. Feel like I have a lot of volume, or a lot left in reserve, say, that I can push for. Just coming up on 2 minutes here now. So I actually feel fairly confident in actually getting them done. Obviously I don't want to go wild with the volume, being conscious that I spent the last 2 days doing heavy squats, and I did, say, Gaelic training twice since then as well, and it's just very heavy down the legs, but I'm feeling good going into it. So I'm going to do the last set here at 70 kilos. I'm just going to check my form on it after. So yeah. yeah, that's in there, but maybe over here a bit. Grand. All done. So I felt most of those reps, maybe 4 out of the first 4 were good. Fifth one I came a bit sluggishly out of, my leaned over to the left a bit. But yeah, no, I felt like I was just kind of, wasn't say rocking out of being nearly, you know, at my maximum of working absolutely to full exertion. I'd say I was just kind of a bit, I wasn't concentrating entirely on the lift at the last set, or the last rep rather. But other than that, I actually think I'm happy enough with the form, the way I was looking at it in the mirror anyway. Obviously when I get a rear view then, obviously the video to review it, but felt good on those heavy squats. Probably going to leave them for about a day or two now, just to recover. But yeah, nothing actually sore in the lower body, feeling good. Obviously I still the WOD to go, but I'm doing banded pull-ups and dips in between. Alright, so going into banded pull-ups, so when I was 68 kilos, say when I was obviously less body weight, it was a lot easier to do, say, body weight exercises, so things like pull-ups I would have been doing without a band initially, maybe 4x8, I was keeping at that same rep set scheme. But the only reason I've added a band in is I could probably do 4x8 at this weight if I really exerted myself, but there would be a compromise in form, and as well as that there wouldn't be a time under tension. You know, I'd be incorporating different muscle groups that I'm not actually aiming for, as opposed to the lats. You know, it could be traps, it could be more bicep dominated. It might just be out of pure ignorance that I'm like bringing myself up on that just to stay without a band. So I'm using the band obviously as that bit of help to be able to do more time under tension on the muscles and actually activate what I want to activate and get what I want in terms of the benefits out of the exercise. So I'll just do a quick recording of this because I actually haven't seen my form in a long time doing pull-ups. I'd say that's maybe about right as long as the camera gets focused. So it's going to do 8 of these. First set is obviously going to look the best, and the last one I wouldn't imagine so. I'll have a look. So 8 reps. Obviously the first set is going to look a lot cleaner than the last set. I'll try to keep the breaks somewhat short in between these 2.5 minutes. I'm just going to set the watch here now, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I just want to keep, obviously you can resort down to doing more weight, say, and more time and attention if I want to do lat pull downs over the pull-ups, but I do want to do as much bodyweight exercises and keep them in my program as much as possible, simply because it's just good to have that level of fitness that you're able to support your own body weight. And neglecting that, obviously it is a different exercise as opposed to lat pull down as well, in that it's engaging the core. You're obviously a lot more mindful of how you're shifting your body weight and how you can maintain and control it through the movement, as opposed to, you know, just pulling down and letting up on the lat pull downs. So yeah, keeping those into the program anyway. I'll probably leave the last set of it, or I'll just move on to the dips for the next one. Just going to keep doing 4 sets of 8, so 3 more left, and then we're going to go into the WOD. Alright, yeah, so just going into the last exercise here, dips. I was actually doing 1 or 2 there just to get a feel for them before I went into them, and I can realise the amount of pressure I'm putting on, or volume I'm putting on my shoulders before I'm going into thrusters. I didn't account for that, so much so that I should have. I don't know, it'll obviously affect me somewhat when I'm actually doing the exercise, but excuses anyway. I'm just going to try beat, let's try to split up the exercises. I'll do my dips, and I'm going to do 1 set of that, and then I'll go I'll break down how I'm going to try the WOD. So let's start recording there. It's somewhat alright there. So yeah, do a set of 10 to 12. See if I have 12 in me. If I have 10, I have 10. If I have 12, I have 12. Give about 2 minutes in between. Yeah, so comfortable enough supporting my body weight still. That's why I'm happy with doing these exercises. Like, it's getting just being able to support your body weight, and you know, I'm obviously doing that without the resistance bands, so it's good help. Got the 12 reps in as well. Going to try 4 sets of this. As for the WOD, I'm going to try to break it down. So I did the thrusters yesterday with the wall balls and the box jumps. I did 21 unbroken for the first one, but I did feel that fatigue in my shoulders going into these later reps, and that counted. Obviously I was doing a 9 kilo wall ball every time as well. I was doing those for 21 reps straight after, so I had to break up the second set of 15 into 8 and 7, and then I did the last set of thrusters on 5 and 4. So I'm not sure how I'll approach this one, because I'm assuming obviously I'll get a bit of shoulder fatigue from doing this exercise with the dips. Then I'm going to be heading straight into the WOD at 30 kilo thrusters, but we'll see how I do. And you probably might notice a bit change in the camera quality. I'm going to try to record the WOD in just on my phone, because it's a ridiculous amount of a ridiculous file size in recording too long of video for this on the camera. Could be upwards of 20 gigabytes, and it's just easier for me to edit and upload. But I'll do all the talking in between or after with the camera, so yeah, we'll go from there. Alright, so it's recording on my phone. It's a bit awkward because the camera's like down here, but looking at my face to try like talk on the camera. So yeah, I'm doing the WOD now, going to move into it. Going to do the thrusters at 30 kilos. I'm doing the box jumps at 50 centimeters. I'm going to try just pull through it ignorantly for the first one, do 21 reps unbroken on the first set of thrusters, and then obviously get the box jumps, use that as kind of a rest. So I'm taking opposing muscles. I'm going to be very heavy on the shoulders. They're probably the ones to give out. The lower body feeling good, even though I've done a lot of volume on it today. I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. Obviously we'll see when it comes to the WOD, but yeah, just nothing to it but to do it, I suppose. Head into it, start music, and just see what timing I get on it. So, I think that's a decent setup in thereabouts. Hopefully it doesn't shut off or something mid-workout, but anyway. Yeah, so just doing post-workout, I suppose a vlog and review of, just went straight from the workout to recording it here, so suppose the initial afterthoughts, love the endorphin rush of getting a WOD done. I knew it'd be sweaty, it's kind of hard work. I didn't break up the sets, so you'll probably see that in the WOD. Just kind of bowled through each one of them. I was feeling it, the mind was feeling it, felt the body giving out a bit near the end. Just wasn't locking out with my right glute at the top of a lot of movement. Not sure what that is, just looking into it. That's not a recurring problem, but it could just be general fatigue after working out a lot this week. But yeah, it's actually just fun to be just back in the flow of doing different training routines and not have to kind of, I suppose I was doing that bulking program that I was kind of locked into, you know, every 2 hours I was like, I have to get in my meal, I have to, you know, do something. And then you kind of have, you know, obviously you're eating all that time, you have that bolus of food in your stomach. It's not letting you, even like when you're doing certain exercises, not letting you engage or tense the core as much as you like to, especially on compound lifts, you'll notice that. And as well as that, I don't feel as lethargic, kind of just feeling good. Not absolutely rushed to get a meal in after this, I will get one. But, you know, it's good to, I suppose, not have that hanging over your head that you must get in a certain amount of calories. You know, you obviously have that bit more freedom in what I'm doing now, so I'm definitely enjoying it more, enjoying my exercise more, and just trying to improve, I'd say, getting the heart rate high, keeping it high, and working in that zone, and just busting through any, you know, threshold that's going to hold me back from, as I said in the previous video, just trying to reach peak performance overall. So, you know, thinking of all the major factors that affect, you know, your overall fitness and performance, your strength, agility, you know, your power, how much your force you can generate that quickly, and just being able to apply and find a healthy balance in a lot of them. Today's purpose, I suppose, that WOD, I seen me doing it yesterday, and I know I could have done it better. So I cut out the wall balls because I was like, that's pretty much the same movement. I just want to be able to get better at the thrusters, so that was the technique I wanted to get better at there. As I say, the right glute was given out, and I suppose my breathing, I'd ideally like to have my core braced, breath held in at the bottom, or going into, say, the squat of every thruster. I didn't do that, so that was a bit dangerous in terms of causing injury. Obviously, I don't advise that. I shouldn't have been doing it myself, but these are the little things I'm picking up on now. I'm sure I'll look back at the video and I'll see more mistakes or things that I could improve on, but like that, it was just fun to get out and do something and break the monotony of, you know, my regular training and feel great after it. So I'll keep it nice and short and simple. Hopefully that's a good bit covered today, and it's just nice to get the vlog done and you know, feel a bit achieved after it, get the workout and everything in. And yeah, I'll just make another one maybe next week or in thereabouts. Cheers.